Within the higher being's plane, there exists a dimension. In this dimension, this far-off space that remains separated from all other places, energy forms, swirls, and coalesces into something different. This vast expanse of vibrant color, fluid and stable at the same time, contained within this unfathomable dimension, creates something unique, an ancient, unknowable energy. From the foundations of life, the ever-asked question arose. What is the reason for various things? The ball in the sky that disappears occasionally, which grants warmth, the vast oceans, the dirt beneath their feet. This gave rise to belief, and from belief came gods. With each god controlling different aspects of life. The existence of a god would begin with whispers or secret wishes. Those in need would pray to these figments of belief, their devotion ever growing with each passing phrase. Eventually, the believers dedicated temples, ceremonies, and even sacrifices to these deities, each one a herald of different aspects, such as rain, war, or love. Unbeknownst to the finite beings, when enough began to believe in a god, the scattered force inside the Divinae would stir into life by the hope itself, the prayers and words acting as sparks of creation. Finally, on a day that shaped the universe itself, a portion of this force manifested into a singular being. The first god, Valgar, god of wisdom, shaped by people's unrelenting desire for knowledge. Soon, other divines followed, gods of love, war, and fire, all created by mortal belief. As these new gods manifested one by one, they left the Divinae and traveled into the wide and vast location known as the higher being's plane, a layer above that of the mortals and easily moldable by the new deities. In this plane, the gods resided, deciding whether to grant the pleas of their followers or not. Some gods gladly answered these prayers, using their powers over their respective forces to bless and protect the worshippers. Other gods, however, were less generous, granting favors only to those who dedicated their entire lives to them, sometimes even demanding sacrifices in exchange for aid. Occasionally, the humblest among the gods would go even further, entering the realm of mortals and performing miracles and great deeds. These gods, who would dare to sanctify their divine status with the universal plane, would commonly come at odds with the other gods. The rift between the divinities who sought to aid and those who saw such miracles as direct challenges to their power grew larger and larger, leading to infighting. As a result of the bloodshed, most gods avoided descending into the mortal lands, hoping to avoid conflict with their divine counterparts. Sometimes, the followers of different gods would clash amongst one another, attempting to convert others to believe in their religions instead. These conflicts ranged from simple disagreements to full-scale wars that took massive tolls on the population. If most, or even all, of a god's believers were killed or converted, the god would lose the ability to maintain their physical form, returning to the Divinae as scattered energy, waiting to regain enough power to manifest once again. One such case was Talia, goddess of earth. Born from the prayers of farmers, she embodied abundance and fertility, her form shaped by pleas for bountiful crops and golden fields. Villages and towns flourished under her blessings, and grand festivals were held in her honor. Temples rose, and Talia's name echoed across the land, spoken in every field and homestead. Time passed, and despite the prosperity of the followers of Talia, the world changed. Kingdoms grew, cities rose, and the people's faith shifted. They no longer relied on the harvest alone. New gods emerged, deities of wealth, commerce, and war, commanding the devotion that had once sustained her. Slowly, her temples crumbled, and Talia's name was forgotten by all but the oldest mortals. Without belief to sustain her, Talia's power waned. The once vibrant fields grew lesser, her essence faded, and the gifts she had once bestowed became distant memories. She wandered the edges of her realm in the higher being's plane, her presence no longer felt by those she had once protected. In the end, there were no more offerings, no more prayers in her favor, no more worshippers to protect. Talia, unable to maintain her form, drifted back into the divine, her spirit dissolving into the primordial force from which she had come. Lost, yet waiting, like all gods before her, for the day the world might remember her name.